Heyo, I'm Creato. Today, I'll be showing you how to build this fully automatic Kelp XP farm that can harvest, smelt, and craft dried kelp so you can easily collect all the XP from the furnaces. Also, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel as your support really means a lot. These are the materials you need to build this Kelp XP farm in your world, and you can use any solid blocks you want. Plus, you will need an 8x10 block area to build this farm along with some space underground. Start by counting 4 blocks down on the left side and place 8 sand blocks in a line. Then place 2 rows of blocks behind the sand followed by a row of pistons facing toward the front. Now head over to the back and place observers above the pistons. The front of the observers should be visible on the front side of the farm. Then build up to the top of the observers and place sand blocks in a line. This will be the top part of the farm, which is the same as the bottom with the blocks, pistons, and observers placed the same way. Now you can place a row of blocks behind the back of each piston. Do this for all the pistons on both the top and bottom. Then go back to the front and place 2 rows of blocks in front of the sand. And now go to either side and place 2 rows of blocks with stairs in the middle of the 3rd row. Make sure the stairs are facing inside the farm. Then place 3 more rows of blocks followed by 3 stairs in the middle of the 4th row. Then just place 1 last row of blocks above the stairs, and now you can go to the opposite side and build it the exact same way. Once both sides are done, go to the right side and break 5 blocks in the front corner, and place an open fence gate. This gap will allow the minecart chest to pass through later. Now go to the front and place 6 rows of glass blocks. This should be 1 block below the top of the farm. Then place 2 blocks on both sides toward the front along with a row of slabs in front of the top layer of glass. This is where the items will be sent out the farm later. Now place a row of fence gates between the blocks. These fence gates will stop the items from moving, so they will fall straight down into the collection area later. Then go inside the farm and start filling it up with water up to the top layer of pistons. Make sure that all of the water is source blocks, and make sure to also place water in the stairs, which will refill the water when the pistons extend. Now get to the top of the farm and place a layer of temporary blocks on the same layer as the pistons. Then make a temporary infinite water source so you can refill your buckets when needed. Now place a water bucket in front of each of the observers. This will push all the items to the fence gates where they will fall right down. Now you can remove the infinite water source and then break all the temporary blocks inside the farm. Now you can continue placing water sources on the same layer as the pistons, making sure to place water in the stairs as well. You should notice that the items will start to float all the way to the top, which is exactly what you want to happen. Then you can place kelp above each of the sand blocks, which will eventually grow up to the observers and then get chopped down by the pistons below. Now place a layer of slabs to cover the entire top of the farm except for where the observers are. Then head to the back of the farm and place redstone dust above each of the blocks behind the observers. This is what will activate the pistons so they can be able to harvest the kelp. Now go to the front of the farm and break 8 blocks in a line. This will be for the collection and smelting area of the farm. Then break an extra block on the right side and place hoppers there pointing down, and then place more hoppers all pointing back to the bottom right hopper. Now place smokers above each of the hoppers, followed by a row of hoppers pointing into the back of the smokers. Then place the last row of hoppers above the smokers with levers on the front. The hoppers should line up with the fence gates above, and the levers can turn off each smoker to allow you to collect the XP inside. Now dig down 5 blocks next to the smoker on the right side. Then dig out the blocks below the hopper along with 2 blocks on each side. Then dig 4 more blocks and remove all the blocks in this space so that there will be a 5 by 5 area to build the redstone. And then dig out another layer of blocks at the top so that this room will be 4 blocks tall. Now place a crafter below the hopper with another crafter below facing the side. Open the bottom crafter and disable the middle slot. Then place 2 blocks with comparators on them and a hopper on the right filled with 3 unstackable items. Then place a block next to the first comparator and place a dropper facing up with another dropper above, but facing down instead. Make sure to also put any one item into the bottom dropper. Then place an observer next to the bottom dropper with another observer above facing down. Then place a redstone dust above the second observer. Now place a block next to the observer with a comparator above. Then place 2 hoppers in front of the comparator facing into each other. Then place a block above the left hopper with redstone torches on both sides. Also make sure to put any 10 items into the right hopper. This will be the timer for how long the crafter has to unload items into the minecart later. Then place a block next to the hopper with a comparator above it, facing next to the redstone torch. Now dig down 3 more blocks so that there will be enough space to build the rest of the redstone needed for the farm to work. Now place 3 blocks diagonal starting below the hopper. Then place an extra block at the end followed by a hopper and block below the crafter. Then place redstone dust above each of the 4 blocks. Now go next to the crafters and place a block to the side below the hopper with a comparator above it. Then dig out a small space behind the crafters and comparator. Now place some blocks in a line with a few more on the sides. Then place a redstone dust on the block next to the comparator followed by 2 more comparators and another redstone dust in the corner with a repeater next to it. Then place another block with a comparator below the hopper under the crafter. This comparator will control when the minecart gets powered and when it has to stay in place later. Now place 2 blocks next to the comparator with redstone dust and a repeater above the blocks. Then place a block next to the repeater with 2 more blocks below and another in the corner. Continue placing blocks with repeaters above going all the way around to the opposite side. And then go back and set all the repeaters to a 4-tick delay. This should be a total of 8 repeaters, each set to 4 ticks. Now place redstone dust on the block next to the last repeater and place 2 more blocks next to the redstone dust. Then go around and place the 4 torches anywhere to keep this place lit up. Now go back to the hopper and place a powered rail with the minecart chest next to it. Then break the hopper and replace it facing into the powered rail so the items will go into the minecart. Then extend the rail by 3 blocks and then turn and start digging back up to the surface. Make sure to place some powered rails to help the minecart get around the turns. Then place a block on the right side of the hoppers and place a powered rail above each of the back hoppers with another block at the end of the rail. Place a lever and flip it on to power the rails, then go back to the other powered rails and place a lever next to them so they can all be powered on. Now dig your way out and then cover up the ground, leaving space open for the minecart to pass through. Now the farm is all done, but make sure to place a little bit of fuel in each smoker, just to get it started up. Once the kelp grows, it will be automatically harvested, and then sent into the smokers where it gets smelted and crafted into dried kelp blocks. Then the smokers will be refilled with fuel to allow them to smelt up more XP for you to collect.